Dangin Nira, akor itarn uframevna, ebdosura ur evnira. Lesson 19, Countries and Languages. In this lesson, we'll be taking a break from learning grammar, and we'll be focusing instead on vocabulary. The topic is countries and their languages. In Dangin Nira, countries are known by their national adjective. For example, the national adjective of France is Fransin, which would mean French. To talk about the country itself, you remove the adjective ending and replace it with Lela, which denotes a place having the characteristics of the adjective. For example, France would be Franslela. This can be used beyond just for countries. For example, Skaslela would be a happy place. So what follows will be a list of countries by their national adjective. Fransin, Anglin, Amerikin, Kandin, Ruskin, Espanin, Doitsin, Italianin, Portugesin, Turkin, Indin, Tsungwoin, Niponin, Brazilin, Misrin, Fipalnafrikin, Avstralin. Practice writing and then saying out loud the country names derived from each of these national adjectives. For example, Japan would be Lela. Once you've learned the national adjectives, you can talk about your nationality or ethnicity. Typically, this is a permanent thing, so you would use the nomic to say this. For example, to say you're Brazilian, you'd say Muhus Brazilin. You can also talk about the languages associated with these nationalities. The word for language is Nira. So the English language would be Nen Anglin Nira. As covered in a previous lesson, to talk about speaking in a language, you use helikoi and meb. So to say you're speaking in German, you'd say Helikos mebnen Doitsin Nira. Note that if you want to say that you can speak a language, you have to use winoi. So to say that you're able to speak Russian, you'd say Winos helikoi mebnen Ruskin Nira. Of course, there are some languages that are not associated with one particular country. The most well-known of these would be Latin, which in Dangin Nira would be Nen Romanin Nira. So to ask someone if they can speak Latin, you'd say Tut winom helikoi mebnen Romanin Nira. Another handy verb for these situations is Idemoi, to write. Another language not associated with one country is Arabic, which would be Nen Harabin Nira. So to say your father can write in Arabic, you'd say Sin naha winok idemoi mebnen Harabin Nira. Notice how idemoi behaves exactly like helikoi. The language you're speaking or writing in is preceded by meb. The thing you're saying or writing is in the accusative, and the person you're speaking or writing to is in the dative. So for example, if we define Filipa as letter, Idemete siglu kerserg Filipe mebnen Portugesin Nira would mean I wrote a letter to my brother in Portuguese. Of course, once something is written, it can be read, so ogavoi can be used. For example, Ogavolis nen vesiglu hebriserg nen tupino ade mebnen Indin Nira would mean I will read the big book to the little boy in Hindi. That's enough for now. You've learned some national adjectives, how to turn national adjectives into country names, and how to discuss speaking and writing in languages. Review these new words, then move on to the next video.